Hello and welcome to the Catholic Geek. So, I am doing a quick update. These guys are still alive and kicking, which means they have beat the odds because 2 weeks is the average that they live. And both of these guys are either 16 or 15 years old. And I just fed these guys. So wait, let me... I literally just fed these two. That means I was very close in timing certain things there. So let's do a quick rehash of their training. So unlike the DMXs over here, these, instead of getting a dice roll and then I'm having that meter go across, these you just push these buttons as quickly as you can and hope you can get that built up all the way. Now you can have it at least one thing down and not all the way to the top, I think, and it can still work because I've done that before. But you still have to destroy part of the wall. So if you notice all the attacks going across and there's one of them missing, it will not destroy any part of the wall. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've decided these guys, it's time for them to, die. I don't like using that term. It's, it's time for them to go. However, before I do this, and I meant to do this the other day, but I figured I will make a bit of a clip episode today by filming a couple of different things. We are going to connect or start this guy up, and then we're going to connect them to these once it's a rookie stage, which is why I'm going to do a little bit of editing to the video so we don't have to wait the entire time for him to get to rookie, because I think it takes him 10 minutes to go from fresh to in training, and then it's like an hour, I think, to get to rookie. This guide isn't necessarily accurate, I don't think. Well, I'm saying in training or fresh. I don't think there's a fresh. I think it just, I don't know. We'll see. I can't remember anything anymore. I'm going dumb. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, now as a reminder, to unlock the special egg in these devices and this one and the blue one, you have to connect it to 5 different of these. And why that's important is because these each have different names. When you start it up, it allows you to name your device. However, there is a couple of loopholes around this. One, you can actually just reset one of these devices and name it something else and connect, because it registers the names, not the specific device. So therefore you can do that, and that's why we got this guy right here, so we could actually start resetting him and everything. And I am so sorry my camera keeps focusing and unfocusing. That's not a normal problem that I recall. Anyway, however, there's another loophole. Some of the Japanese devices will connect to it as well. Now if you have the Japanese versions of these, they definitely connect, but for whatever reason, the pendulums, which are not named devices, still register as different named devices. So if you have a couple of those will count. Now that's a theory that I've heard. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't tried it myself. Now I have connected them to this in battle on both of them. So if I count the blue one with our bad egg Gabumon, which is not currently with me, my son's got him right now, and these, just these two, then that gave each device a connection to 2. These 2 equal 3 and 4. So this one would be our 5th device. Now, some questions have been raised about the DMX here, I know, and supposedly these do not bypass any of that, so these will not count towards the 5, is my understanding. So everyone that's been trying to use these, I'm sorry, you can connect and fight. Yes, you can, which is funny because these are not listed in the manual that we have right here. It gives us a list of things somewhere in the back. Let's see if I can find that list. Oh, right here. It says the Digital Monster Digivice, which is the original, the version 15th, released in 2015, which I'm not sure there was an American release to that, so I think that was like a Japanese-only thing anyway. The D3 Digivice version 15th release, which is, again, a Japanese release, which is funny because they're not saying it's Japanese releases, but it's funny because the next one actually does say Japanese release, referring to the Japanese versions of these. Then, and there's a handful of other ones. People have been doing test runs on them and stuff. But we're going to start this and see how that goes. And I apologize if you hear screaming in the background. I've got a child that's come inside and talking to my wife, and she is screaming or whatever. They're outside playing with bubbles, so I'm sure something happened. We'll start this guy up. Now, one thing to note is it's always recommended, I'm not sure why, but it's always recommended that once you start one of these guys up, to soft reset it real quick. Or not soft reset, just flat out reset it. So I got my little screwdriver here. I'm not really sure the reason behind it. I guess it's some people just being precautious. I don't know. Yeah, this is my little glasses screwdriver, but I use it for all of my devices, so it is pretty handy. Anyway, so we start this. And see, I didn't film a video of this last time starting these guys up, so this is new for us. So we're starting. So we'll start a name. We'll name him Aang. How's that? From Avatar. The Last Airbender Avatar. The good Avatar. I don't have anything particularly against the movie Avatar. It's a decent movie. I just don't understand the hype to it. I just don't. I've seen it. I don't understand how it became the biggest box office hit until it just got replaced recently. But regardless, you know, it's a movie. It's decent and stuff. But I prefer Avatar: The Last Airbender. But I guess my angst against that movie... Angst. Haha, see what I did there? I think my angst against the movie is the fact that they sued the filmmakers for the Last Airbender movie because they were trying to call it Avatar: The Last Airbender. So let's see what time it is. Time doesn't really matter, but we will try to... almost exact. So, you know, when you're setting the time, when you're doing the name, you use this to select, and you choose this one to choose the next letter, and you just do that and skip through. When you're doing the time, the top button here, A, changes the hour, this changes the minute, and this confirms it. So, in case you didn't know. Also, another thing is, if you want to silence thing, I think it's these two buttons you can push at the same time. Yep, see, no sound. Now it does. Unfortunately, I wish it would actually bring up a little menu for sound. Like, I think the Tamagotchis do that. Not the little ones, but the regular size original Tamagotchis do. So we'll let this guy hatch, and we'll see what he becomes when he... Well, he should be a Bottomon when he comes out. That's just what they are. But after he is Bottomon, we will... I'll come back again once he is a... I guess Agumon is what he becomes. Oh, no, I have to look at the tier here. What is it we can get with him? Oh, Gabumon. He could become a Gabumon. So he's hungry real fast. Let's see. He's 4 hungry. So 2, 3, 4. So we'll do this one time just so you can see how this Bottomon eats compared to the bad egg Bottomon who doesn't move at all. So yeah, that's just kind of funny. Anyway, we'll train him. So that is a proper train right there. So yeah, the bad egg Bottomon I have does not use bubble. Well, it has 2 bubbles amongst all that, but it's got the next level up, I believe, attacks. It might even be a rookie level attack that it uses. We'll find that out in a little bit here. So I gotta do this 3 times. Now what makes me a little frustrated with these devices, there's 2 things. One, well, I guess there's 3 things. One, if they're asleep, it doesn't count for their evolution. I think it's meant to extend out how long it takes for them to evolve. But another thing is, see, when you feed them, you can skip through the animation very easily. But for this, you can't. You have to sit here and watch, and it slows down training time. Which, I mean, I know they're meant to be enjoyed and everything, but sometimes you might be in a rush. Like, these 2 guys over here, they're like dying right now, and so I'm always constantly having to feed and train them. And I figured out how to work the tag team training or the double training, but I don't like it. I just don't. It just seems to take longer. So, and because if you fail at it, it doesn't count. So, but with the regular training, you can do it. But still, you have to sit there and do it the whole time, and it's very frustrating. So he is ready. He's going to poop probably here in a few minutes, but anyway, when he is a rookie level, I will come back and we will continue this video, and we'll do our connection since that is something we haven't done. And I'm filming this before lunch, and I'm probably not going to finish filming this until later this evening, which I should have done this a lot earlier because I could have done this before I left for town. But anyway, I will see y'all in just a little bit. Okay, I am now back. It has been about, I don't know, about 10 hours since I came back. This guy did digivolve like I expected him to into Agumon. I was hoping to actually get a little bit of a screenshot of Koromon, and time caught up with me. It was going to be a little bit cruder of a video in my vehicle when I was stopped at a parking lot, but I completely forgot about it after it happened, and then I remembered when I heard him digivolving in my pocket. I don't carry him in my waist pocket, I carry him in my lapel pocket, or whatever you want to call this on my shirt. Anyway, so now the idea here is to connect them with this. And my kids are getting ready for bed, so if you hear some yelling and running, I apologize. There's really little I can do about it, and this is about the only alone time I get today, so I can't really do this any later after they're in bed either. So anyway, we are going to do a connection with them. So we go down here to connect. These are going to be battles, and we're going to battle the 20th. Single, so choose them. Now we gotta do this. Now, if you actually do this with anything else, you don't have to do the power up. It's only in these specific devices you have to do that, I believe. I can't remember doing it for anything else. And also, what I've discovered is with the Bad Agumon, seeing that I see Agumon's attacks now, Agumon's attacks are those little squares and those claws, or not squares, triangles and those claws. So, the Bad Agumon, though, shoots out those squares, or I can't say squares, triangles, and the little bubble. So I'm assuming that might actually be Betamon's attack. If any of y'all have gotten Betamon, let me know. That'll tell me. Because I didn't think to actually try getting Betamon with this. I was too busy today, and you have to get 3 or more care mistakes to get Betamon. So now we'll do these battles. 20th. Oh. Yeah, there's multiple reasons why this battle is going really bad for this Agumon. So we'll see that. Now, hypothetically, there is a chance, I think, that Omegamon here could lose. Like, I think he's going to lose. Like, Omegamon just lost this battle. That's insane. I don't know why, but he did lose. So sometimes it's just chance. I don't know. But anyways, they're connected. I want to do one more battle with these two just because I feel bad that Omegamon just lost to a rookie level. So we'll now touch them, and that was actually really strong for that Agumon. Like, I don't know why he was doing so much damage to me. There we go. There, now I feel better. Anyways, so what we're going to do with this guy is we're going to put this back in. But to do that, I have to do this. Now, because these things use flash memory, supposedly, if I take the battery out now and put it back in later, I shouldn't have a problem with restarting the same Agumon. Of course, I can always just reset it if I so choose as well. I don't see myself using this device for any long-term use anytime because it's just meant to be a third device to connect with the others. I will have to use it for my son if we decide to ever get rid of the Bad Agumon, because he would like to raise 2 Digimon, and currently he's got the immortal Bad Agumon. Speaking of which, I think we're going to have a video of the Chronicles of Bad Agumon sometime soon coming up. We'll have to see how that goes. Why can I not get this battery out? There it goes. So I think the way this works is it just goes in right here. Yeah. And then the battery itself goes in on top of that. Just hang on, let's put that in. If I can get it. Now, I'm not used to putting this in with that, so for all you guys that actually do this routinely, I am so jealous right now because I cannot get this thing in here for anything. There we go. And see, it didn't come on, so because it's not got a proper connection. Now, I can't remember who it was. If y'all can tell me who it was, I'll let them know, because there's a handful of people I think it could have been, and I can't. But someone with the DMXs, actually, because all of these backs are identical to each other, they just traded the backs. So their black DMX had a white back, and their white one had a black back, and it was pretty awesome. I've thought about doing that with these, but I'm too OCD to do it. However, it would help me. It would be a way to identify that you didn't steal them if you walk into a store that actually steals them, because then you have to explain to them, well, how did I steal it if the backs are completely different? That would be a good idea. Anyway, though, so we're putting our yellow guy back. And there's my special little screwdriver. You can get these over at the optometry section in a Walmart or wherever they keep the reading glasses. You can typically find these things to like $3 or $4, I think, for the set. But I keep one out for spare. If you'll notice, I've got a Eevee hat here. I went and got me a new hat today. Got a few things new. I even got a VR headset thing. And it said applicable for the iPhone. Problem is, it uses a regular standard headphone jack connection in it, so you can use the headphones. You don't have to use the headphones, you can turn the volume up on it, but for obvious 3D effect, you don't want to use the headphones. So I had to go and also get a little adapter for my iPhone, which they went down in price. They used to be like $30, now they're only 10, so I'm glad with that. And then, what else did I get? I got something else, and I can't remember what it was. I did put some money down on my Tamagotchi on. For whatever reason, GameStop still not getting them in yet. Their release date they have is the 15th, which is not a normal day of the week. It's on a Thursday, which is not a typical release day. These devices were released officially on the 1st. Why GameStop hasn't gotten them yet, I don't know. Tamagotchi did not give me a good response, and GameStop gave me an even more worse response as to why their release date is so much later, because Target got them and Amazon got them on the release day they came out. And I'm planning on making a video series based around that thing as well, so this is actually hurting me, guys. It's very frustrating. But anyways, hopefully on Thursday they'll be in, maybe even a little earlier, but my luck, I won't see it for another 2 or 3 weeks. But regardless, these poor guys are going to die tomorrow. Not tonight. We're going to actually put them asleep because the 3-hour time limit for their sleeping will overlap their normal bedtime, so they will just stay asleep. But these guys are definitely over the average, 16 and 15. The average is 14. My son was supposed to watch these while I worked on my car a while ago, and well, excursion, it's hardly a car, like 2 of my cars can fit in it. But I came back in and these guys were poop everywhere and sick, and which was funny because they actually didn't have a need for anything. All their hearts weren't empty or anything. But anyway, these guys are going to say goodbye tomorrow, so we'll say our goodbyes to them now while they sleep, and we'll go to mass tomorrow and come back, and these guys will probably be gone. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. When I start these up, we're going to try and go with Ty's Agumon and Matt's Gabumon here. Luckily, it's a very easy line for both of those, and we'll get the regular Omnimon instead of Omegamon-Alter S, which is funny because they named it Omnimon in here, but for the Alter S, it's Omegamon. Like I mean, they're 2 different forms of the same Digimon practically. So it's very interesting. I think maybe it's a subtle way that they're trying to get the name Omegamon to be more standardized. Maybe, I hope. There's also a debate going on online right now whether or not these were just a tentative release and we're not going to see any more American releases. First of all, you can still order these on Amazon. I checked this yesterday. You can still order them GameStop if they have them in stock pretty much right now. But will they get them more in stock? My guess is probably, because this is Bandai's 20th anniversary response to the same way they did the Tamagotchis, because these are remakes of the original Digimon, or Digivice V-Pets. They are also almost exact replicas of the Japanese 20th anniversary release that came out last year, or the year before. I think it was last year. Anyway, they did the same thing with the Tamagotchis last year. And as soon as they released the Tamagotchis, within, I don't know, about a month, they released the Tamagotchi Minis, which were little smaller ones, about $5 cheaper. And they've been restocking those non-stop everywhere. Like, I'm seeing them at GameStop, Barnes & Noble, a few other places, maybe Target. Maybe, I can't guarantee that. But now they have the Tamagotchi-On coming out. So my theory is these right here were kind of the experiment the same way as the Tamagotchis were. And that's my theory. We'll see. We'll find out, I guess, sometime next year. Also, I know, real quick update on my Digimon X Wave 2. I had thought that it was being released this month, in the middle of this month. It turns out it's being released in December, so I'm really off, but at the same time I'm very happy, because that means I don't have so many different devices I'm juggling at the same time. The August 15th date that I thought was the release date is actually when pre-orders close. So if you want to still pre-order a Digital Monster X Wave 2, which are based around the 7 Demon Lords, you can still pre-order them from Bandai. You can go through something like, I use DEJapan. They are awesome, and I will link them in the description below. But you do need to know the Japanese site for them. I'll see if I can pull that up. If I can't, I apologize. But I will at least link DEJapan. And they may even have it on their website where you can go ahead and get that stuff. And I know that Kakujo, he has a really detailed explanation video on how to use DEJapan and the website to order the original Digital Monster X's. So I will see if I can find the current order Japanese website for it and then link that as well. I'll try to. And I will also link Kakujo's video in this. And Kakujo, if you don't want that link, just let me know and I will remove the link and I'll just guide people to you. Anyways, thank y'all for watching and I will see y'all next time and these guys will be gone.